And they said this is the reason why he picked Matt Gaetz for the role.
Because he too likes to do these sorts of things. Still inherently hypocritical and kind of funny that it's a right-wing moralist party Republican guy who's the one doing that. Okay. All right, let's get to another conspiracy. Matt Gaetz, except it's not a conspiracy theory at all. Matt Gaetz's House Ethics Report has come out. The report finds evidence that Gaetz paid thousands for sex and drugs, and it also includes that there is enough information to conclude that Matt Gaetz had sex with a minor, a 17-year-old. Let's take a look at what Matt Pizzagate Gaetz had to say.
The Ethics Committee has released its final report into Matt Gaetz, the former Florida congressman and President-elect Trump's first pick for Attorney General. The committee says it found evidence that Gaetz paid a 17-year-old girl for sex and violated multiple Florida state laws. The panel also found evidence he used cocaine and ecstasy on multiple occasions while serving as a member of Congress. CNN's Caitlin Polantz has been digging through this report now that it's public. Caitlin, what are you finding?
Phil, that section about Matt Gaetz and sex with the underage girl, that captures a lot of what the committee was looking into here. Just some of the facts that they were able to find, not only through documented evidence, but also interviews with more than half a dozen witnesses, incling the victim, the girl or the woman
rape, by the
who
way.
was 17 years old, heading into her senior year of high school at the time. She told the committee with testimony that she had sex with Matt Gaetz, then a sitting member of Congress, twice during a party in July of 2017, including at least once in the presence of other party attendees. She recalled receiving $400 in cash from Matt Gaetz, which she understood to be payment for sex, and she had just completed her junior year of high school. The committee also looked at several other relationships that Gaetz had with women, not underage women, women who were adults at the time, but many of them told the committee that they did have an understanding that Gaetz was reimbursing them in some way for sex. So that led the committee to find that the congressman, while he was in Congress, was engaged in commercial sex, that would be prostitution, giving money to women, also statutory. That is the allegations related to the underage girl, and then also illicit drug use. The way the committee phrases it at the top of this report is that they determined there is substantial evidence that Representative Gaetz violated House rules and other standards of conduct prohibiting prostitution, statutory illicit drug use, impermissible gifts, special favors or privileges, and obstruction of Congress. This report is now out publicly. Matt Gaetz had run to the court system this morning to try and block the release of the report, but the House has posted it online, as well as some of the evidence that they've gathered. And he, both in court and then also on X, has been saying repeatedly that these allegations are false and reminding people he has not been charged with any crime.
That's Caitlin Polantz for us. And to Caitlin's final point there, Gaetz has vehemently denied the allegations. He's called his behavior, quote, embarrassing, but not criminal. This morning, he reacted on X saying, quote, giving funds to someone you are dating that they didn't ask for and that isn't charged for sex is now prostitution. Question.
Okay, it absolutely is criminal, man. What the are we doing? You can say 17-year-old woman all day, every day till the cows come home, but a 17-year-old is not a woman. A 17-year-old is a minor, dude. Like, what is happening right now? I'm not even kidding. I'm not. I feel like whenever there's another person who is like outed as a pedophile, I feel like we are moving in this like very weird direction. Whenever like a Dr. Disrespect style situation happens, like people become more and more comfortable just saying that. I think normally most people would be embarrassed to admit outright. It also blows my mind, regardless of this House Ethics Committee report, or not regardless, but despite the fact that there's this House Ethics Committee report out there and people knew what was going on in it, there were still Republicans who were willing to vote to appoint this guy because Donald Trump wanted him in that position, which I think to me shows that these guys are all not only just assholes, but like they're doing a whole bunch of up that they are so comfortable with a guy like Matt Gaetz knowing full well what he has done. And yet they were just like, yeah, I don't give a Donald Trump wants him in. We're going to vote for him in. We're going to vote for him anyway. So at the very least, they seem comfortable with a sex pest. We need to know about the UAPs. Let's get a statutory there, huh? What?
Question mark, exclamation point, question mark. There is a reason they did this to me in a Christmas Eve report and not in a courtroom of any kind where I could present evidence and challenge witnesses. Joining me now, my excellent panel of reporters, Jasmine Wright of Notice, Semaphor's Dave Weigel, Hans Nichols of Axios, and Politico's Olivia Beavers. And Olivia, I want to start with you. You live in this world, and not necessarily the world described in the report, I don't think, but on Capitol Hill with Matt Gaetz over the course of the last several years. This is now public. Yes. What does this mean going forward, I guess?
Well, I think, one, we're all wondering what this means for his career moving forward. A lot of Republicans believe he was eyeing a gubernatorial run when Ron DeSantis' term limited out. He floated himself for Marco Rubio's Senate seat that he's expected to vacate if he's confirmed into the incoming Trump administration. A lot of the contours of this report we had heard rumors and allegations of, but to see them in print, they're pretty damning. They say they found substantial evidence of him sleeping with a 17-year-old, of him, going to these parties where women had been sort of recruited by one of his associates on seekingarrangements.com, where at the very least women were expected to be paid for companionship, but in other cases for sex. And so I think that you're seeing Gaetz already online trying to do some damage control. He's tweeting and trying to undermine what the committee found, and also just claim that it was weaponized against him. Gaetz told me when I asked for his response this morning, these claims would be destroyed in court, which is why they were never made in any court against me. So I think you're just going to be seeing the beginning of this fight publicly.
And to that point, and you referenced something I wanted to play, which was, it was just yesterday at a Turning Point Action event down in Phoenix that Matt Gaetz was speaking, talked about his potential future, what he may be eyeing right now. He said this.
My fellow Floridians have asked me to eye the governor's mansion in Tallahassee. Maybe special counsel to go after the insider trading for my former colleagues in Congress. It seems I may not have had enough support in the United States Senate. Maybe I'll just run for Marco Rubio's vacant seat in the United States Senate and join some of those folks.
Yeah, no shot, dog.
Dave Weigel, what is the future here? Because, and we will dig more into the details of the report, but in kind of Trump's era, of which we are now fully ensconced in for a second time, probably more so than the first, these types of allegations, these types of reports don't end someone's career like they may have 10 years ago.
No, you just said it. The context he's operating in is a Donald Trump loyalist who wants to abide by the same rules and lack of punishments that Donald Trump has abided by. The bar is very low for career-ending information if you are a Donald Trump loyalist. If you're not, it can be a little bit different. But if you are, you look at Hunter Biden, and when you saw Republicans referring to that pardon, or talking about that pardon, they often pointed to what was going to do the next time some MAGA Republican was in trouble. They could say that there's one justice system for his family. There should be, what are we to pretend?
What? Just like Hunter's son? This is bad, but it's not different than Biden pardoning Hunter's allegations. Wait, what? First of all, you can't pardon allegations, dumbass. Okay, that's number one. God, the smartest Republican, I swear to God. And secondly, Hunter Biden is not an active member of Congress that was slated to be appointed as the Attorney General in charge of the Department of Justice. What the are you talking about? If Hunter Biden was slated to be the Attorney General by Joe Biden, I promise you that everyone would eat Joe Biden alive. Also, Hunter Biden didn't a minor. That's so crazy that right-wingers themselves, who normally, right-wingers themselves are so partisan. The allegations said he did, though. What allegations? Is something you saw on Twitter? What are you talking about? Hunter Biden has literally never been around someone, a sex worker that looks under the age of 35. I joked about this at the time. I was like, Hunter Biden has only been photographed with the most 35-year-old looking strippers and prostitutes imaginable. Okay? Like, they were like lasered in mathematically to the age of 35. It's just they all, not a day older, not a day younger. If you think that he was like, they found photos of minors on his laptop. Yeah, they did. Of his nieces, you dumbass. What are you talking about? Also, once again, He's not the president, nor is he the attorney general. It's so strange, dude. Conservatives like posted family photos and a whole bunch of other random probably on the Hunter Biden drops. And then we're like, yeah, no, well, this guy's been actively prosecuted. This guy's best friend in Florida is literally currently serving a prison sentence for sex trafficking, including minors. Okay. The guy who would bring Matt Gaetz to these parties is currently in jail. Okay. Also another part of the Florida political scene. And you're trying to draw comparisons to a guy who was prosecuted for lying on a gun form. It is the most Republican charge on the planet, okay? A dude who wanted to purchase a weapon and said he wasn't under the influence when doing so. Are you insane? What are you talking about? I mean, look, all jokes aside about Hunter Biden, like, yeah, throw the book at him, all right? You lie on a gun form, that's a serious crime. But like Republicans crying about a gun charge and tax evasion is hilarious. These are the two things that Republicans like. Republicans love tax evasion and buying guns. Oh, no, she does, yeah. Hasan, you piece of shit, hypocrite son of a Hunter photos with underage sex workers leaked online years ago with the laptop thing. You're a piece of animal to try to reclaim Hunter. Fuck you, go fuck yourself. Wait, what? No. Hunter's photos with minors were not all over the internet. You got framed by a 4chan thread that you literally believed. What the are you talking about? Also, if that's the case, he should rot in jail, okay? If there were actually Hunter Biden was having sex with minors, then he 100% should go to prison, okay? That's not what he was prosecuted for at all. Yeah, it was a picture with his brother's daughter, I'm pretty sure. Like, it was his niece. You unstable freaks. This dumbass is unironically arguing that since he didn't pay to have sex with a 17-year-old, it's all good. Giving funds to someone you're dating that they didn't ask for and that isn't charged with sex is not prostitution. There's a reason they did this to me in a Christmas Eve report, not in a courtroom of any kind. This is a testimony from one of the alleged prostitutes that you won't see in the report. Yeah. He's like, listen, Your Honor, I didn't pay to have sex with this minor and do statutory. I statutory her for free is not exactly a argument. It's not an argument that saves your ass. Your Honor, this minor was my girlfriend is insane.
There's a different justice system for us. And so, yes, it's not a problem for a lot of supporters of the president when they see somebody accused of behavior and not adjudicated, even if it is run through court, but if it's not adjudicated, they see the hand of the deep state, invisible, whether it exists or not. And that's why this is not... Now, does everyone else who wants those jobs in Florida appreciate this information coming out and think that they have a better chance of winning than they did yesterday? They do. But they've also been through scenarios where people accused of grievous things who are tied to Donald Trump, if he puts the hand on them and says that it's okay, a lot of Republican voters say, yes, that's right. I don't believe the allegations. I don't trust the FBI. I don't trust the DOJ. They're all corrupt.
To that point, Jasmine, the Biden Justice Department did not bring charges against him, at least that we've seen. It seemed like that case was wrapped. Mm-hmm. The House Ethics Committee is a bipartisan panel, which works in secret, doesn't ever want things to be coming out publicly. They voted to release this
Bro, they hit him with a freebie, okay?
Report. And as part of this report, where it says, key findings, tens of thousands of dollars.
They were like, we got the main guy. It's fine. Matt Gaetz would be too tricky of a political football. He would be too large of a target to take down. Okay?
To women for sex and drugs on at least 20 occasions, includes paying a 17-year-old girl for sex in 2017. Gaetz violated Florida state laws, including the statutory law. A bipartisan group of members of Congress voted to release this information.
Not only just bipartisan, a group of his peers, people that he worked with, sure, people that may have not liked it as much, but people who they view him as one of them. He was at least a member of the House. I mean, I think, first of all, the story that this report tells is incredibly sad for these women. Yes, a lot of them say that they consented to it, but afterwards they had feelings of regret, feeling like they'd been misled, the small amount of payments being being potentially drugged and other things like that. It's incredibly sad. But I was talking to somebody close to Trump, and they said this is the reason why he picked Matt Gaetz for the role, because he
because he too likes to do these sorts of things. There is the consenting adult sex work part of the story that I don't particularly care for, just like with Donald Trump. I don't give a shit. It's like probably one of the only times where he's had consensual sex, like with Stormy Daniels, right? Obviously, it's still inherently hypocritical and kind of funny that it's a right-wing moralist party Republican guy who's the one doing that, okay? So on that front, it is like there is obviously the element of hypocrisy that plays a role in my analysis of the situation. You know, the morality party doing the damn thing once again. However, the one aspect of this that is definitely up and criminal, as a matter of fact, is the fact that he had sex with the minor. Like, he just statutory. Bro, what Hunter did is way worse. He was caught doing super crack with alien drones from New Jersey. Okay, stop. I know you're memeing and shit, but like, honestly, there are people who believe this stuff. Do you think this report came out because this is the worst report on a congressperson, or do you think it happened because Gaetz stepped on too many feet? It's because Gaetz stepped on too many feet. 100%. Wait, hold on. I'm trying to get my brother to get neck collars, neck pillows.
Believes that the system has been, he is in Trump, believes that the system has been weaponized against him and wanted somebody who felt the same way and that would tear down the systems that he felt were being used against him. But the reality is that the DOJ did not bring this case. And in fact, according to the report, they actually didn't even work with the committee to corroborate or to give details of the things that they learned in this report. So it's actually not the DOJ in this case that is weaponizing it. And so I think that that is a clear distinction. But I think Dave is right. If Trump reads through this or doesn't read through it, but decides that these things are okay, then he's going to bless them. I was talking to somebody else yesterday who said, you know, maybe it's not that he runs for Rubio's seat, but maybe it's that he gets a role that doesn't need to be confirmed within the administration.
What about, you know, he resigned his seat.
Yeah.
He also won re-election.
He retains the right to go back, right?
Where does that stand?
Yeah.
I know I've talked to House folks who say not going to happen.
Yeah,
Don't think about it. But
a few days ago, he reserved the right to go back, and I would defer to sort of better congressional reporters who are more in constant touch and get statements from him. He's always reserved that right. And so when you said his former colleagues, you know, my line there is once in potential future colleagues, because January 3rd, he can come back and be a sitting United States member of Congress. To the broader question here of his political future. Yes, these courts, the evidentiary standard's different, right? He would not, the Justice Department decided apparently that they didn't have a case against him. But he's not in a court of law right now. He's in the court of public opinion. Now, you got to bifurcate that and say he's in the Republican primary court of public opinion. And yes, he's getting some backing in the Republican ecosystem. It's still an open question to me on whether or not he gets a full-throated endorsement from President Trump in a primary and for either the governor's race or the
Wasn't this guy at the cutie Christmas party with you? That's not Ludwig, chatter. That's just some guy, some other white guy who is a CNN host and not Ludwig Ogren, Cutie Cinderella's boyfriend. That's amazing.
The open Marco Rubio seat. And I'm not going to make a prediction on that, but that's what it comes down to. And then the battle is.
Actually, you know what? You're right. That is Ludwig. I think it's way funnier to think that that's Ludwig. Yeah. He moonlights as a CNN anchor. I'm sorry I was annoying. No.
Join, because we've seen some of Trump's endorsees, they don't always win. He doesn't have a magic wand to get everyone across the line, and this seems like a heavy lift.
Oh yeah, I need more from the Matt Gaetz story because that's funny as. Anyway, but going back to Matt Gaetz, I did want to cover it a little bit more. Giving funds to someone you're dating that they didn't ask for is not, you know, funding them for sex. But here's some other choice parts of the Ethics Committee report. Message between Joel Greenberg and the 20-year-old female. Now, Joel Greenberg is the guy who's in prison. He was the pimp, basically. He was the main sex trafficker and also a homie of Matt Gaetz. Joel Greenberg from the Biden paused their execution so Trump will resume them again. Oh, yeah. He also made them fly. Talk about how Matt Gaetz was making them fly Spirit Airlines. This is that Austin would be on board with, bro. I swear to God. Orlando to Newark, Spirit Airlines. Girls, go book this flight. Text me the total amount and I'll Venmo you the total. It gets you home in plenty of time. Smile. So flying to Newark and out of New York, that's really true. It'd be insane to let judges go back to being judges after being found criminal. President, sure. I mean, you can literally run for president while you're, that makes less sense because you can literally run for office and run for president, for the presidency. Someone's getting stuck. Hold on. While they're, where are you going? She got up to leave, but she can't leave even though the gate is open because her cone is too big. There you go. Good girl. Release me from these transparent confinements, father. Do we think asking our animals if they're bored is an ADHD thing? Because I think so. Have you considered getting her a surgery suit instead of a cone? No. And the reason for why is because she is fluffy and also would be unimaginably hot. And also she's insanely large. I feel like if I were to get her a one of those like surgery pajamas or whatever, she would lose her mind. And it's all good because my brother literally just walked in with the donut right now, like straight up as you speak. Resurface video. Matt Gaetz donated $1,000 to a teenage girl's fundraiser, then showed her an old photo of them together. Look at how much you've grown.
I just wanted to say, it has been such a joy watching all of your achievements and success along the way. I think you got a great future ahead of you, and I'm looking forward to being a cheerleader for you.
Thank you.
So what's next, huh? Tell me what you're always working on, a fun or interesting project. What are you working on these days?
I am still trying to complete my goal of $7,000 for the Ronald McDonald House. And right now,
dude, what the is going on, dude? What is going on, dude? This is weird. Bro is weird, bro. That's a baby, dog.
I'm over $6,000.
You're over 6, so you have one more. You only have one more? One more? I tell you what, I'm in for it. The Friends of Matt Gaetz campaign will donate $1,000 so that we can close the final account. How about that? That'd be cool? All right, great. Well, I'll make that pledge and we'll get that to you, and that way we'll complete the goal together.
I mean, under normal circumstances, if it wasn't Matt Gaetz and like any other person, I wouldn't feel that this is as creepy. But knowing what I know about him, the very fact that he like attended parties where there were high schoolers regularly, this, I think it's impossible to see in a different light. Does that make sense? This is like a politician would do stuff. It's like politicians kiss babies. You know what I mean? For him, though, it's a little different.
Thank you so much.
See, look, that's us.
I remember that.
Yeah. You don't look anything like you. Look at how much you've grown.
That last line is okay. We're gonna run that again.
Remember that.
Yeah. You don't look anything like you. Look at how much you've grown.
Oh my God, he didn't have to do this in person and face to face. Could have had a staffer or a guardian. No, you do that for political clout. Look how good of a person I am. Look at what I've done, right? Like that sort of fine. Politicians give donations to people. Like, this is a publicity stunt. It's just who he is. Like, if Dr. Disrespect was doing this shit, you'd be freaked out about it too. You know what I mean? This is so wholesome. What are you talking about? Smile. Everyone is so happy here. Smile. Yeah, everyone but us in the audience watching. So yeah, Matt Gaetz was making him fly on Spirit Airlines. If you have a friend that is down, perhaps all 4 of us can meet up later. Do you party at all? Oh, that's perfect. I have a friend who introduced me to the website that I could bring. She's very pretty, great personality. I usually do $400 per meet. Does your friend use the website as well? And yes, I do like to go out sometimes. Very cool. Yes, he understands the deal. What does your friend look like? $400 is not a problem. Are you both old enough to drink? Oh, God. That's the photo he sent? Okay, no disrespect, but like that's also not a good ass photo of Matt Gaetz. But I guess it was in 2018 before he got all the surgery. My friend thinks he's really cute. Well, he's down here only for the day. We work hard and play hard. Have you ever tried? On March 19th, 2018, Mr. Gaetz texted mistakenly former senatorial candidate Roy Moore the following. I'm over here stroking my... Okay, stop. Legendary crash out is coming. I'm accused of being at some party 5 years ago. Here's the gate log for that home in a community that checks driver's license for entrance. I'm not on the log. The other attendees are. But people who said they were on drugs say they remember me there. Do they also remember seeing Jimmy Hoffa there and Tupac? Wait, what? This guy's like, this is a crash out. Hello, Matt. This is your lawyer speaking. I'm advising you to please keep posting this. Oh my God. Oh my God. Dude, he's going crazy. Oh my God, this is amazing. What if he does? What if he does just start leaking crazy ass? This is so content, not gonna lie. Oh, I can't wait, dude. I mean, look, I believe I am firmly committed to the attitude that these guys are scumbags, okay? Every single one of them. So the more of these scumbags get exposed, the happier I am. I don't give a dude. Yeah, leak it all, baby. Let's go. Let's party. Don't threaten me with a good
A lot of folks
time.
who've been Republican for a long time. They love fighting communists. They love going and fighting around the world. And a lot of new people who say, I don't really want to send American troops down to Panama, for instance, David. And so I do wonder, you know, how far can he push these negotiating tactics, knowing that when it comes to projecting American strength, there are pieces of the Republican coalition these days that say,
okay, this sucks. Nestor's in a dumpster. He's going to post the coordinates. Dude, yeah, what has happened with Nestor? Is there more? Is there more on Matt Gaetz? More crash out content? Oh, no, I saw this. This was originally what Marjorie Taylor Greene had said about Matt Gaetz. All right.